Justin Trudeau and the unions. I'm Brian Lilley with TheRebel.media. I've been telling you for a little while about Justin Trudeau's pledges to do away with Bills C-377, if it ever gets passed, and Bill C-525, which has already been passed. Now, C-377 would require unions to disclose how their money is spent, both to their dues-paying members and to the public. Unions receive all kinds of special tax benefits. The billions they collect annually are tax-free. It's a tax deduction for the actual employee that has to pay them. And there's very little scrutiny over what happens to that money after it's collected. C-525 is one that requires all federally regulated industries to have a secret ballot for certifying or decertifying a union. I mean, you can't be elected to that place without a secret ballot. Why should it be any different for unions? But union leaders don't like these bills, so Justin Trudeau has been promising to get rid of them. Now, I've been pointing out that several times he's made these promises to American-based unions, and he's done it again yesterday on Twitter, this time to the United Brotherhood of Carpenters. Where are they based? The United States of America, where they have had this type of disclosure law since 1959. It started to make me wonder, why is Justin Trudeau so beholden to the unions? It's not like they're the NDP, which was formed by the union movement in association with the cooperative farmers movement and other sectors of the Canadian left. The Liberals have never been that close to organized labor. And then someone reminded me, Dan Robertson, who has ties to the Conservatives, but he pointed this out on Twitter, that Justin Trudeau's taken $125,000 from the union movement. That's not $125,000 to the Liberal Party. That's $125,000 to Justin Trudeau. How? Speaking fees. You remember we talked about this at Sun News Network. Justin Trudeau received huge speaking fees, not only from charities and school boards, but from unions as well. And between 2006 and 2010, it was in the neighborhood of $125,000. Let's take a look at some of those fees. $10,000 from the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario. $7,500 from the Alberta Teachers Association, $10,000 from the Ottawa-Carleton Elementary Teachers Federation of the Ottawa-Carleton District School Board. Now, after he announced that he was going to be running as an MP for Papineau, he kept taking money. $10,000 from the Alberta Teachers Association once again, and then he won the Liberal nomination in April of 2007. He kept taking money from unions, $10,000 from New Brunswick Teachers Association, $10,000 from the Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation, $10,000 from the Ontario English Catholic Teachers Association. After he was elected, $15,000 from the Waterloo Catholic District School Board's CUPE Local 2512, and $20,000 from the Ontario Public Service Employees Union. So in total, $75,000 since he announced his intention to run for office, $65,000 since winning the nomination in Papineau, and since he was elected an MP, $35,000 in speaking fees from unions. Is there a quid pro quo going on here? That might be the case. Either way, what Justin Trudeau is promising to do is take away the secret ballot. He's also promising to take away the only tool that union members have from finding out what is actually going on with their dues money. Trudeau will point to union bosses that say they're transparent. I can point to actual experience. My late father for years spent time trying to get his union, which is actually based out of Kansas City, the Boilermakers, to tell them what was going on with money at the local level. In the Senate behind me, they heard testimony time and again, and in the comments from people who worked for the United Food and Commercial Workers, who worked for Air Canada, all saying they tried to get money or information on how the money was being spent and couldn't. The National Hockey League Players Association, several players have had to take their union to court to get an idea of how their dues money was being spent. This is long since due in Canada. As I said, American unions, the ones Trudeau keeps appearing before, have been living with this type of disclosure since 1959. It was supported by the likes of John F. Kennedy. You would think that Justin Trudeau might be able to get behind that and stand up for the middle-class workers that he says he's desperate to represent. Instead, he's standing up for the union bosses who want to keep those middle-class union members in the dark. And he's also standing up for the union bosses that don't want to have to deal with the secret ballot, the same kind that allows Justin Trudeau to get elected to the House of Commons.